Flosstube, it's Trisha, the left-handed stitcher. I'm here to do an update. It's been about 2 months since my last update. I was in Wisconsin with my son for most of that time, about a month and 3/4 of a month, and we had a blast. It was a great time. So I'm really glad that we did that. And I am so thankful for my friend Becky, letting us stay at her place. It makes a trip like that possible. So, and I always like catching up with her and spending time with her. So, all right. The first thing that I need to do tonight is the past stash drawing that I announced in my last video. So the first thing that I put up for a drawing is the Innocent Guardian. I had 29 people sign up, and random.org pulled up number 24. So that would be Teresa Saenger. Hopefully I got that right. I've sent you a message. Well, I didn't send you a message. I replied to your comment because your channel doesn't have a message capability that I can see. So please get a hold of me with your address if you can. We'll figure something out. And then, okay, so then the next one is the little Susie Zoo pattern. For this one, I got 15 people to sign up, and it picked number 3, so that would be Granny T. Congratulations, Granny. I also, your channel didn't have a message capability, so I replied to your comment. Hopefully you'll see it and get back to me with your address so I can get that to you. Alright, so now we can move on to the usual whip update. I didn't have a whole, I won't have a lot to show because I didn't do a lot of stitching while I was gone. So this is the one whip that got some progress. Little Hedgie. He's cute. I have all this cross stitching done. There's just back stitching to do. The color right here of that was doing little quills on him, it wasn't showing up, so that's why I stopped on him. I either need to go darker or lighter with that, but I had to wait till I got back home to work on it. So there it is. The other thing that I have to show is actually a new start. You guys haven't seen this before. I started it while I was up in Wisconsin. It's inspired by this pattern, Olivia Flowers by Whispered by the Wind. I've decided to arrange it a little bit differently. So this is what I have so far. So the orange is going to be the center. So there's going to be another pink one on the other side of it. And I have decided to do something special with this pattern. So there'll be some text added to it. It's going to be a surprise because I don't know if she watches my videos. So when I get it done and get it FFO'd and get it gifted, I will show you the finished, I'll show you updates until I start putting the text on. Let's put it that way. Alright, so the next thing I need to show you is an FFO. Yay! I am going to enter a piece into our local fair, which is next weekend. So this weekend is when I drop it off, and then the next weekend is when the fair is. So the rules for this county fair is it has to be done within the past 2 years. So I went through all of my FOs and I found Needleworker and I FFO'd her. I got this frame from a thrift store, I think, or a garage sale, one of the two, and I painted it to a dark cranberry color to match the berries in this piece. And she's pinned and onto foam core, and then I've added the disc cover on the back. Now, as it turns out, I looked back in my records to make sure. I finished stitching this on the 24th of August 2015, so it's just squeaking under the wire for that 2-year requirement, but I'm happy. I'm very happy. It was giving me fits when I was pinning it. This has made up my mind that chances are 99.9% that I am never ever going to stitch on linen again, because framing it was a pain in the butt. It was just too fluid, and getting these lines straight, they're not perfect, believe me, they're not perfect, but they're close. They're very close. They're close enough for what I was willing to put up with, let's put it that way. But I am very happy with how this turned out. So you'll see in my next update how it does in the fair. Gauging what I saw in last year's fair, I shouldn't have any competition whatsoever. But who knows? There might be a surprise. Okay, so the next thing I showed you the 2 FFOs that I had done before going to Wisconsin, because they were gifts for people in Wisconsin. So those have been gifted. They loved them, and that's you know, it's progress. If you remember one of my previous videos, the one tag that I put out called the Just Do It tag, those were 2 of the projects that I had on that list. So I have 2 of my JDI, you know how I love acronyms, so my JDI projects, FFO'd and gifted. So that's it. It's a good feeling to be making progress on those. Okay, so as you can see, not a whole lot of stitching. I got a decent amount done on this, but she's been getting a lot of love since I got home. So just segue, show you the Stitchy Tracker for the month of June. I stitched for 2 days. That's it. And then the month of July, Flower Trio got a lot of love. And then for August, so far, it's been getting a lot of love. So the Stitchy Tracker is working out very well. I'm really enjoying using it. I posted the files for this Excel sheet that I designed on Google Docs. So the previous video, I believe I put links to it there. If I didn't, I'll put some in this one. And I also I drew up instructions. The construction of the book, you'll follow basically what Pam Reed did. She just showed how to make this simple, Fedora insert type thing. And mine's just bigger. It's a full 8.5 by 11 sheet. But for how to arrange the pages so that you get the top and the bottom with each, you know, when you flip through each month. It's a little different for even months than odd months. So I drew up 2 sets of instructions because this book has an odd number of months, because since I just started in April. But when I go to do 2018's book, it'll be an even number of months, and I had to figure out just how to arrange the pages. So I've drawn up instructions. Hopefully they're clear enough. If you have any questions, just let me know, and if anybody's interested, maybe I can do a tutorial. I'll make my book for 2018 already, and I'll use that as the subject matter for the tutorial. So just let me know if you're interested. We'll do that. Alright. I mentioned last video about this book. I figured since I remembered to bring it in here this time, I'll do a quick flip through of it. I'm going to show you as many pictures as I can, and then there's just a few elements, excuse me, that you're going to see patterns of, because there's just no way around it. So, and those elements aren't really any use to you without this, you know, the alphabet blocks, and I won't show any of those patterns. So here's what the book looks like in the front. It is the Jim Shore monograms. It's a partnership with Mill Hill, as you can see, and oh yeah, there was lots and lots of beads on that project. Alright, so here is the inside cover. It's an example of a birth sampler style. So this book, it has all the alphabet blocks, and then it shows a lot of different variations for borders and pages, you know, just the way things are set up. And it gives you options for the motifs and the motifs within the borders and the corners. So there's a lot of options, decisions. Alright, so here on the back, you'll see they give you an example of using the letters as a bell pull. And then there's different style where it's done on a afghan, and this one's on a pillow. Each of them uses a different border options, you know. And then up here you can see it's just the letter with a simple motif at the bottom, so that it will fit into a normal size frame. Alright, and then on the inside, on the back page, it folds out so that you've got some grid space to work with. You can photocopy that and do your own. And then here's where it gives you all of the colors and symbols and all that. The color key. Alright, so let me just go through. Alright, here they show you 4 different options for these motif flourishes. On the border motifs, you've got like 4, I think 4. This one's what I call the DNA strand, or the double helix one. This one is the curly Q vine. Let me see if I can figure out. And that was on the T right there. The pictures aren't all that great, so you know, there's only so much I can show using that. And here they show you a birth and a wedding sampler type. This is the vine pattern that I used in mine. I call it the trailing vine, flowering trailing vine. And let's see, where is the next one? Okay, there's the helix. There's a fourth one, and he's right here. This is a diamond pattern as well. So then they give you a nice alphabet to use. They give you a full, setup of what just doing a single thick border around a letter block and how that would lay out. And then on here they show you what it would look like if you do it, with that motif here. Just, it's the one that fits, I believe it fits in a 5x7, or let's see, design size, 14 count. Okay, shown in an 8x10 frame. So, and then here's a more simplified one with just 2 bands on the bottom and the top. A much bigger motif for an option to use. And then here is all of the options for your borders. So the diamond, the curly Q vine, the double helix, and the trailing vine. That's what I call them. And then if you notice on the front here, this corner is a button that you can order those, and if you choose not to do the buttons, they give you an option for stitching a little flower in that corner instead. So that's what I did. And then after that, it's all of the alphabet blocks. So they give you a lot of different options. So this book, I'm gonna be stitching something out of it again in different formats. So it's very, very useful. Just, it's a lot of beads. All right, so that's the bulk of my update. I just want to say that Flosstube, I am about 2 months behind. I am working on getting caught up. Having so much fun in Wisconsin kind of put me behind. But I am working on it. And I found out this podunk town that I live in right now is getting a Hobby Lobby. Yay! I'm so happy, because right now it's an hour's drive to Las Cruces to either get to a Hobby Lobby or Joann's, and it's an hour and a half to get down to El Paso for Michael's. So with a Hobby Lobby moving in, that means that I won't have to make so many trips over to Cruces just for, craft a few things at the craft store. Like the other day, I couldn't find my framing pins anywhere, so I had to go buy some more, which meant a trip into Las Cruces. But personally, I would prefer a Joann's, since that's where I do tend to shop more. But Hobby Lobby means that I'll have access to the basic stuff, and then hopefully, because a Hobby Lobby moves in, hopefully a Joann's will move in, or a Michael's. So it's that whole mentality of competing stores. Usually when one shows up, the others follow at some point. So I'm absolutely thrilled. All right, so this update's actually pretty quick. I'm just gonna quickly show you the haul that has come around since the last video. I didn't do any shopping. I was spending a lot of money on my son and myself for entertainment, so I didn't do a lot of shopping. This is my Stitching Bits and Bobs monthly bits order. I'm still getting my petite treasure braid Look at those colors. Those are so pretty. So I'm getting close to where I might think about stopping doing this, but I still enjoy getting those every month. Alright, so I will show you, let's see. No, that's July's. I'll show you June's. Crazy Annie's Picture This Plus Fabric of the Month Club. The first one is Heroic, and I am not going to take this out of the package because you guys have all, everybody has shown you what Heroic looks like, as well as Sand. So these are, I think this was probably the neutral and this was the color, because Heroic has little streaks of blue and red mixed in with the tan. So two nice neutrals that can easily get used, so I'm happy with those. And July's, the neutral was Fog, which I'm thrilled because someone has recently in their video they said that this was an awesome neutral to work on. So Fog. And color one I got was Gossamer. So I'll pull this one out since you haven't seen it, 30 times in other videos. So Gossamer is this interesting lime green, yellow. Wow, that lighting is not helping at all tonight. Alright, let's see if I can get... Yeah, it's hard to get that color. It's like a lime green with some yellow. It's very subtle. It's not a lime green, it's a subdued lime. Let's put it that way. So, yeah, that's a nice piece of some spring fabric. I like it. Alright. So the only other, well, I pre-ordered from Crazy Annie's a Halloween issue. I didn't find anything in here this year that I was even remotely interested in stitching. But, I looked, it might grow on me, so, and I like to keep a set, so I'm glad I ordered it, because if I didn't, I would wonder, because the one year I didn't buy it, I regretted it. Alright, so this last piece of haul is my Silk Weavers Fabric of the Month, and this is the ones for April and May. So they're still a little bit behind, but I'm getting fabric, so I'm happy. Alright, so the first one is a solo die. It's my usual 32 count Lugana. It looks like it is like a khaki brown with real slight, maybe like pink stripes or modeling through it. So it's very interesting, definitely usable. There that is. And the other one is actually called Land and Sea. And this one is wild. It is just wild. I don't know, can you tell that? That is amazing. Just variations in colors, and it all blends. So something's gonna pop up that is just gonna call for this. So I'm happy. It's nice to have some odd ones in the bunch, because you just never know when something that it's gonna be perfect for is gonna come along. Because this could very easily do a Halloween piece. Maybe. We'll see. Alright, so that is my haul. And that is the end of my update. I have one more thing to show you. My husband bought this for me. It's a t-shirt. It says, "Working on my PhD. Projects half done." Now, if you thought it was a good t-shirt, I thought it's pretty funny. So I figured I'd show that to you guys. Alright, so my plans. I'm going to continue working on my trio flower, or flower trio. And who knows, anything else that calls to me for the time being. I have, well, the next retreat is the beginning of October. That's the Flosstube retreat, so that one's gonna be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. My roommate is gonna be Sherry, so I'm thrilled. We're rooming together at the Flosstube retreat and also the Stitches from the Heart retreat that's in November. So it seems we're a good match because we both sleep with a fan. Alright, so I am going to just say goodbye. This is a nice, quick, nice, short update. So I hope you guys have happy stitching times, and we'll catch you next time.